Hey everyone! So we get a lot, and I mean a lot, of requests to see a demo of MemberPress in action. So today I'm going to go through the entire process from start to finish of creating a very basic membership website on WordPress. You'll get a full walkthrough of installing the MemberPress plugin, creating some memberships, uploading and making some content, and then locking that content down so only people that pay can see it. We'll create a pricing page, and then you'll see how to make your very first sale. So before you install MemberPress, you'll need a domain name, some web hosting, and then WordPress installed on your website. If you're not familiar with WordPress, check out wpbeginner.com, which has all kinds of guides on using and getting set up with the platform. Now, this is going to be a pretty intensive demo, so I want to get started right away. So let's go to my site and see how this is set up. So right here on my sample site, I have a fresh brand new install of WordPress right here ready to go. But I did go ahead and build out the very beginnings of my site, which is a good place to start. Whether you don't have a site at all, or even if you have a full, huge website already built, you can install MemberPress at any point in the process and then build on top of it. So if I go to my site here, you can see that I built a very basic, simple homepage using the 2020 theme. And this is one of WordPress's many default themes that you can find here under Appearance and Themes. So really basic stuff. You can select a theme to use, which is a pre-built layout for your site. And then you could also use a WordPress page building plugin to build your site too, which we're going to see later in the demo. So back to the homepage. You can see my homepage that I already built. This section, which outlines what people get with a membership, and a sign-up link, which doesn't go anywhere right now, some testimonials, some more information, and then another place here for people to sign up. And then here, back at the top, I have a simple site navigation menu. And these will link to my premium content, which we'll see later in the demo. And real quick, if I go back to the dashboard, and then go to Pages, and then click to edit my homepage, everything you see was built using blocks. And you could open up the block inserter here, and then insert headers, paragraphs, images, columns, pretty much whatever you want. Really easy to get a page set up. And all this is the default WordPress functionality. Okay, so now let's install MemberPress. So first, you need to go to memberpress.com and then click on the pricing page. And then read through the features and then select the plan that's best for you. So once you buy a MemberPress plan, you'll have an account on memberpress.com. And then you're ready to rock. So first, you need to download the plugin. So go to the MemberPress website, and then I'll click Login, and then log in with your memberpress.com credentials here. And then I'm automatically taken to my member account page. And then you just go to the Downloads tab, and then download the MemberPress plugin file here, which is a zip file. And it'll download it to my computer. And then now I'll go to the WordPress dashboard. And then here on the left sidebar, I'll go to Plugins and Add New. And Upload Plugin. And then I'll just go ahead and choose the MemberPress zip file. And then you just click Install and activate it. And now that's pretty much it. MemberPress is installed on my site now. So right after the install, you can see that I'm taken to the setup wizard. So you don't really have to go through the setup wizard if you don't want to, but it is a really easy way to activate your license and get the basics set up. So first, you'll connect your MemberPress account to the plugin using your license key. So all you do is click here, log in, and bam, it's connected. That's it. Then you'll just click Continue here to go through the wizard. And then next you'll enable what MemberPress features that you want to use. If you're not sure at this point, you can always just add these features later. So for my site, I'm going to do the course creator and download since I'll be selling courses and ebook files. And then next you'll choose or create a piece of content. I'll go ahead and create a course and then give it a name. and it'll create the course for me to build later. And then you'll create your first membership here. And throughout the wizard, you can click here to play some videos that explains things further. So I want my site to be a membership website, which is the most popular use of MemberPress. So I'm going to have 2 memberships, monthly, which is this one that I'm creating right now, and yearly. So once someone buys one of my 2 memberships, they'll then have access to all my premium content. So I'll name the membership here, and then I'll just set when it's billed, and choose the price that I want. And then in the next screen, I'll create a rule, which makes it so only people with the membership that I just created will have access to the course, and it sets it all up for you. And then next, I'll select a payment method. And here it gives me the chance to connect a Stripe account, which lets you accept credit cards and Google and Apple Pay, and a whole lot more. I'll just click here to connect my Stripe account. And then I'll be taken to this screen, so I'll log in with my Stripe email and password, and then verify the code that was just sent to my phone. And then I'll go ahead and choose my business account that I want. And then it takes a second to process. And when it's done, it takes you back to the wizard. So super easy to get Stripe connected. And then I'll finish the setup. And that's it. All the basics are done. You've got a payment method all ready to get paid, some content added and protected, and then a way to sell it with a membership. And here on this final page, you'll see a link to our video course that you can take, and our blog, which is updated all the time with new articles and how-to guides. So here you'll notice something called ReadyLaunch mentioned. It's our built-in automatic pagemaker and styler. It's already set up for you when you install, and it gives your sales and membership-related pages default styling that you can use to get selling your stuff right away. And then you can see MemberPress added to the left sidebar of WordPress here, so you have quick and easy access to it. So I'm going to show you what everything looks like right out of the box here, right after installing MemberPress. So first, I'm going to go to MemberPress Settings and the ReadyLaunch tab. And then here you can see which pages are styled, and then you can see that they're toggled on. And then one of them that you see here is the registration pages. So to see that real quick, I'll go to MemberPress and Memberships here, and then click to view the membership registration page. And again, this is the membership that I created during the setup wizard. And here's what that looks like by default right out of the box with the ReadyLaunch styling. So right away, it's all ready to start selling the membership. But let's say I want to customize this further and change this top color and add a logo. So to do that, I'll just go back to the dashboard, Settings, and ReadyLaunch again. And then I'm going to click here to insert a logo file, which I already have uploaded on my site. And then here you can set a brand color, so you can use this color picker, or you can enter a hex color value if you have that. And then I'll just click to save it, and it'll apply it to all pages toggled on here. So you can easily just toggle any of these pages off to style it with your WordPress theme or page builder instead, and we're going to see how this works later. So going back to memberships, I'll view my membership registration page again, and you can see the updated color and logo. So in just a few clicks, the pages that I need to actually sell my stuff are all designed and branded for me. And real quick, I'll just check out the login page here. And here's what that looks like too. And we'll see more of these pages later too. Okay, so now I want to move on to my content, which is what I'm actually going to be selling on my site. So the setup wizard let me add one piece of content, but I'm going to want to add all the content that I want to sell. And the great thing is that WordPress and MemberPress make it really easy to upload and then place whatever type of content that I have really easily. So pretty much whatever you want to sell, there's a way to do it. Whether that's courses, files, community groups, there's a lot of different ways to put it on WordPress and then eventually sell it. So to use mine as an example, you could see the course I created in the setup wizard. And then if I go to pages, I have a page that I already set up that lists my ebooks. So they're images of ebook covers, so I'll just need to link the ebook files to them. And then back in Pages, I have another page set up for my private community group. Here I have a link to the private Facebook group. So I'm going to protect all this members-only content later, but first I'm going to upload and link my ebooks, and then I'll go ahead and tackle my online course. So back in the dashboard, I'll go to MP Downloads right here. So if you remember in the setup wizard, I chose to enable digital downloads, which activates our MemberPress Downloads add-on, which is what I'm in right now. And it makes uploading and locking down files really easy. So to add my first file, I'll click Add a New File, and then choose my first ebook for my computer. I'll give it a name, ebook, Japanese, please. And then you see some options here. You can put a limit on the file so it can only be downloaded a set number of times. And then here you can customize what people who don't have access to it see when they try to view it. We'll see more on that later. And then over here on the right, you can add WordPress tags and categories to files. Doing this makes it really easy to sort and organize them in the future, and you can also use tags and categories to protect your content too. So I'll create a tag right here and apply it to the file. And here you have the option to force the PDF to be open in browser instead of downloading it to a user's computer. So that's available if you want. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save my file. And then real quick, I'll just add one more file for this example. Select it from my computer. Give it a name, ebook, conversational Japanese, and add my ebook tag to it. And then I'll save it. So now if I go to MP Downloads and Files, you can see my two ebooks here. So I'll hover over this one and then copy the file URL. And then I'll go to my Pages here in a new tab. Select an ebook picture, and then click to add the link. And then paste the file link here. And then going back, I'll go ahead and copy that other file link, come back to the page, and then link my other ebook. And then save the page. So now when I go to Pages and click to view the ebooks page, when I click on an ebook, you can see that it downloads the file. So I'm only going to link these two files for this demo, but you can see all my other ebooks listed here, sectioned off by level. So on a real site, I'd just go through and link the rest of these. And if you have a whole boatload of files, though, there are easier ways to list them out and display the download links, so you don't have to go through and link each one like it's the 1920s or something. Okay, so now I have my ebook files all ready to sell. So next I want to prep my online course. So I'll go ahead and click it. And here's where I'm going to build out my course. So it's got my course title, Japanese Crash Course. And then you can type a description for the course that shows up on the main course listings page. A basic primer of the Japanese language. And then here you can see some basic info about how the course is protected and then what memberships have access to it. And then over here you have some block options. And then here are some course settings. You can add tags and categories to courses and protect them that way like we saw with files. And then here I'll set a featured image for the course, which will show up when students are taking it on the course listings page. Okay, once that's done, to actually build out the course, I'll do that here in the Curriculum tab. Just click here to add my first section, Introduction, and then I'll click here to add a lesson. So you can see it's all super easy to create lessons and everything else. And from here, you can either view, remove, or edit the lesson. So I'm just going to click here to edit the individual lesson. And it opens up the lesson where you can build it with WordPress blocks. Again, you could set a featured image for this lesson. And then to add lesson content, you can either click here to add whatever block that you want, or you can click this icon up here to open the block inserter. And then you could add just about any type of block that you want. You can add paragraphs, headings, lists, quotes, images, audio, video, even Spotify content, and blog content, stuff like that. So a lot of flexibility to make your lessons look just how you want them to. So the first thing I'm going to do is click here, and then add a YouTube block. And then I'll paste a YouTube video for my first lesson. And there's my video lesson. Using YouTube is actually a really popular option for a lot of MemberPress course creators out there. You can host your videos on YouTube, and then you can set them to unlisted so they're not public, and then only people with a link can see them. So it's a good option if you don't want to pay for like a third-party video service or something like that. Next, I'll add a heading block. Welcome to the Japanese language crash course. Then I'll add a paragraph block. And then I'll just paste my lesson here, which I copied from a Google document. And then I'll clean up the formatting a little bit. And there it is. So I got my video lesson and lesson text all ready to go. And then I'm just going to click here to save it. So once you save a lesson, to get back to the curriculum builder, you can do that right here. So next I'm going to show you how to build a quiz. So I'll just click Add Quiz right here, and then give it a name, and then click here to edit it. So when you have a quiz open in the block inserter here, you can see some new question type blocks that you can use with a bunch of different question types. So they're WordPress blocks, but they're extra just for quizzes. You see multiple choice, multiple answer, true, false, short answer, and essay. So to add a question, you just click on it right here, and then I'll go ahead and paste my question. And then you just enter answers. Goodbye. Thank you. Hello. And then you select the correct answer. Hello. See, you're already a Japanese expert. I mean, really, that's pretty much the only word you're going to need to know to frolic around Tokyo. Okay, so over here, you can set whether or not this question's required or not to complete the quiz. And you can also give it a custom point value too. And then in the course settings, which I'll show you in a bit, you can set to show what's in this field that you enter, feedback for wrong answer. So if somebody gets this wrong, you can give them an explanation of why the correct answer is the right one, or some additional fun facts about it or something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to add a multiple answer question now. I'll paste my question. So I'll go ahead and speed up the video for this since you already get the point of how the quiz editor works. And then also on your quizzes, you can add other blocks too. So it's not limited to just questions. So I'll insert a heading block. And then I'll say, welcome to the first quiz. Good luck. Then I'll place an image. Choose an image. And it inserts it here. Okay, so I got my quiz all built, and we'll see what the quiz looks like for students later. So now I'll save the quiz and then go back to the curriculum tab. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pause the demo and build out a small sample course so you don't have to sit through the whole thing of me building the course out. Okay, so here's my course. It's got a bunch of lessons, some quizzes, and it's divvied up with sections. And you can also click and drag sections around. And then you can click and drag around lessons and quizzes too. So everything's really visual and drag and drop. And then over here, you can see a list of all the lessons and quizzes across all courses on your site. So you can even drag over existing lessons into your courses and reuse them. So if I go up here to the Settings tab, there's a bunch of things that you can change. And then next, if I go to the Certificates tab, here you can offer a certificate of completion for the course. This will be a downloadable PDF certificate that students who finish the course get. And it's got a lot of settings too. You can force the download of the PDF or let students open it up in browser, choose a paper size, and choose a pre-made template for the certificate itself. And then I'll go ahead and insert my site logo. I'll add a bottom logo, which will be this branded seal that I made. And I'll go ahead and insert a transparent PNG of my handwritten signature just to make it legit. And then you can change the title, your name and title, footer message, and text color all over here too. So I'll just leave all the defaults set here and click to save everything. Okay, so now my course is all built and ready to go. So to see what it looks like so far, I'll click my course. And here's what it looks like. You see my featured image and all my lessons and quizzes. And then if I click here, here's a lesson. So next I want to customize how all this looks a bit. So heading back to the dashboard, if I go to MemberPress, Settings, and the ReadyLaunch tab, and then here next to the Courses toggle, you can just click here to make a quick logo and color change. Or another way to do it that's more visual, if I hop out and then go to the Courses tab, and then click this link for the WordPress customizer. Once that's open, I'll click Courses ReadyLaunch, and then I can make the changes here and then actually get a real-time preview of it. So to show you, if I go and add my logo, I can see it updated here. And then I'll enter my brand color, and it changes it right here in real time. So I'll click to save these changes. And then real quick, I'll go back, go to Courses, and click to view my course again. And here's what it all looks like now. All branded with my color and logo and everything else. And then you'll notice as I go through the course, you see this progress bar. So your students will know exactly where they're at in the course at all times. And then going back to the course listings page, here's what that looks like. And of course, get it? I can always add more courses and they'll show up here on this page. Okay, so moving on. Next, I'm going to go over memberships. So I'll go back to MemberPress and memberships. So if you remember, I want to have 2 memberships for sale on my site. Monthly, which I have created from the setup wizard right here, and I want to add another one for yearly. So memberships are how things are actually sold on MemberPress, but don't let the name fool you. Even if you wanted to sell a one-off digital or even physical product, you would just create a membership here for it, and then you set the price, and then people would buy your membership to get the product. So to add my yearly membership, I'll click Add New. And then here I'll name it Yearly. And then over here, I'll set the price to $49. And then here under Billing Type, you could set it to one time, meaning the customer only pays you once, which is commonly used to sell one-off products like I just mentioned, or it could be recurring. So I'll set this to recurring, and then set the billing interval to yearly. So customers are billed once a year. And then you have some more options here to offer free trials, and you can limit the number of payments that can be made. And you also have a whole bunch more advanced options down here because, well, customization is the name of the game here at MemberPress. So I'm going to go ahead and save my membership. And after it's saved, a registration page is automatically created for you. And then you can see that URL here. And if I click on it, you can see that it's already styled with my ReadyLaunch styling too. And then it's all ready to sell. So you can see my Stripe payment method here. So really, you could sell this membership right now. So going back to memberships in MemberPress, you can see that I have my 2 memberships on my site. So now that I have content stocked up on my site and my memberships created, next I want to protect my content so only people with one of my 2 memberships can get it. So you use what we call rules in MemberPress to actually protect content. If I go to MemberPress and rules, you can see the one rule that the setup wizard created to protect my course. So you can see it's protecting the single course. And right now, only my monthly members can access it. So I just need to add my yearly membership to this. So I'll add a membership and then select yearly. And then I'll just click here to save it. So now, Only my 2 memberships can access this course. So now that that's set up, let's see what this content protection actually looks like. I'll go to Courses, and then click to open my course in a new incognito window. So I'm not logged in as my site's admin user. So an incognito window lets me view the page as if I'm a brand new visitor viewing my site. And as you can see, since I'm not logged in, I can't see the course. And then you can see this message here saying, "Yay, bro, you don't have access." So this message is automatically set up by MemberPress, so all you have to do is make a rule and then everything's all set. But you do have a lot of ways to customize what people who don't have access to stuff see. So this is called the unauthorized message, which applies site-wide. So to change it, I would just go back to my WordPress dashboard, Settings, and the Pages tab. And then I can click here to edit the message. So maybe you want to make it easy for people to sign up. So I can type my message here, and then just include a link to the registration or pricing page here. And then when I save the message, and then go back to view my course in a new incognito window again, you can see my new updated message here. And there's a lot of ways you can customize this too. You can include an image, a button, whatever other creative messages that you can think of. So on my site, let's just say I want to make it a more customized experience for my content protection. So if someone tries to view a course, I want them to get a different message than if they try to view an ebook. So to show you that, I'll go back to the dashboard and then click here to edit the rule protecting my course. And then going down here to unauthorized message, I'll just change it from default to custom. And then I can customize it here. So I'm going to add some media. And then I'll insert an image that I already have created for this. And then I'll just do some resizing here. Change the size right there. And so now it's a bit more fun and tailored to my content. Want to take this course? Sign up. So hopefully the sumo here isn't too intimidating and actually makes people want to buy. So then I'll switch this over to HTML. So you have that kind of advanced functionality here. And then I'll insert a button that I already have written. And again, this is a bit of an advanced feature, but I just want to show you what's possible. You definitely don't need to know HTML or anything like that. Okay, so here's what that looks like. And then to save this, all I have to do is save the rule. So once it's saved, I'll head back to my course, and then open it up in a new incognito window again. And then now here's my new paywall message. So now that I've got my course paywalled, all I need to do is do the same thing for my ebooks. And my community group too. So if you remember, I added that ebook tag to both my ebooks when uploading them, which you can see applied right here. So that's what I'm going to use to protect them. So I'll go to MemberPress and Rules, and then create a new rule. So when creating rules, you can see you have a ton of different rule types that you can use to protect content. You can protect posts, pages, courses, single files, all files. But for my rules, I'm going to select Files with File Tag. And then I'll enter my tag, ebook, and select it here. So this will make it really easy to protect all my future ebooks too. All I have to do is upload the ebook and then slap that ebook tag onto it, and it'll automatically be protected by this rule in the future. Pretty cool. And then I'll set my memberships to monthly and yearly. And then for this rule, I'm going to add a custom unauthorized message too. And then I'll add an image. And I have another custom sumo image for ebooks. I'll do some resizing, just like that. And I'll include a sign up button. There we go. And then when I'm done, I'll save the rule. And then now I'll go to Pages and open up my ebooks page. And again, I'm in an incognito window, so it's like a brand new visitor's on my site. And then I'll try to download an ebook right here. And then my little sumo tells me that I need to sign up. Cool. So going back to MemberPress and rules, you can see my 2 rules here. So now one last rule, I just need to protect my community group, which will give me a good example of how to protect things on pages. So I want the page itself to be visible for everyone who goes on my site, but I don't want this join button to show for people who don't have a membership. So luckily there's a rule type in MemberPress that lets you protect content right on pages like this. So I'll go back to rules and create a new rule. And then from the drop down, I'll find what's called a partial rule for partial content. Like partial content on a page. And then I'll give it a name. I'll add my memberships to it. And then I'll set a custom unauthorized message. And this will just be text. Sign up to join our community. And then I'll just add a blank link for now, but eventually I'll link to my pricing page. And then I'll save this rule. And then to make this work, there's some codes that I need to insert on my page. So right here, I can find those. So I'll copy this first one. And then I'll go back to my community page. And then paste it right before the button. And then going back to the rule, I'll copy this second part here. And then going back. Now I'll paste this one right after the button. So I'm sort of sandwiching my button between these two shortcodes. And then I'll save the page. And then now I'll go to the community group page and open it in an incognito window. And you can see my paywall right here. And you can always customize this however you want to. So it's super easy to protect content on pages too. Okay, so now my content's all protected. So if I go back to rules, you can see my 3 rules that are protecting all the content on my site. Okay, so I have Stripe as a way to get paid, content on my site, memberships people can already buy, and all my content's protected. So now the next step is I want to make it as easy as possible to land on my homepage and then quickly pick a membership and make a purchase. So next, I'm going to create a pricing page for my membership plans and then link that pricing page to my site navigation menu. So to achieve that, I'm going to go to MemberPress and Groups, and then Add New. So what are called groups in MemberPress are a way to group memberships together and create a pricing page for them. So I'll go ahead and name this group Pricing Plans. And then down here, I'll add my 2 memberships. And then I'll select Upgrade Path, which makes it so people can upgrade and downgrade between my 2 memberships here. And then I can reset their billing date if they make an upgrade or downgrade too. And then here you can drag and drop memberships to create a tier for them. And then I'll go ahead and save the group. And then you can see here, right after I saved it, a pricing page is automatically created. And here's that URL. And then if I click on it, here's my pricing page right now by default. And remember the ReadyLaunch styling's on. And each membership button goes to its registration page. But as you can see, my pricing page isn't really that enticing to make me want to buy anything. So next I'm going to customize what's in each of these price boxes here. And you do that per membership. So going back to MemberPress, I'll go to Memberships, and then click to edit my monthly membership. And then here under Price Box, you can change what shows up in the membership's price box. You can enter a custom price. So say I wanted to say MO instead of the word month, I can do that here. And then you can give it a description, maybe say who it's best for. And then right here, you can list out what people get with the membership. Courses, ebooks, community group. And you can also change the sign up button text and a few more things here. But that looks good for mine, so I'll save the changes. And then I'll open up my yearly membership. And then I'll do the same thing. For this one, I'll check highlighted to give it the most popular text that you see here, which is a way to try to get people to buy this one since it's more expensive. And then I'll give it a custom price. And I actually just realized that this shouldn't be $49 a year. It should be more like $200 since my monthly plan is $19.99, but I'll just leave it for now. So here I'll say a 79% astronomical savings compared to monthly. And then I'll list out what they get. Courses, ebook, community group. And then I'll click Save. Now I'll go back to Groups, and then I'll click to open my group pricing page in a new incognito window. And here's what it looks like now. So again, you can see how fast all this was to set up. And then, just to use my little mistake as an example, I can easily change it too, so customizing is not a problem either. So as you scale and adjust your business and change things around, you can easily alter prices and things like that with no issue. So I'll go ahead and open my yearly membership and fix that price to $200. And then the price box will actually read a 12% savings over the monthly plan. Makes more sense. And the price here is $200. Then I'll click Save. And then now, going back to my pricing page again, here's what it looks like. And on this page, you can add a few more customizations with ReadyLaunch too. So if I head back to MemberPress, Settings, and ReadyLaunch, and click Customize next to Pricing Page, here I can change the button color. I can add a title, sign up, and a subheadline. Become a member to start learning. And then now I'll save that and head back to the pricing page. And here's what it looks like. And then you don't have to use this styling if you don't want to. You can toggle pricing pages off in ReadyLaunch and then use your WordPress theme styling instead. So if you do choose to do that, when you're editing a group, there's a whole bunch of default pricing page designs that you can use with your WordPress theme. Or you can override it all together and then paste the link for a completely separate page. So you can use a page builder or something, or just make your own page from scratch and set up a completely custom pricing page if you want. Like this one, or this one. These were all built using the DIVI page builder, which MemberPress integrates with. And I'm going to show you a bit of our DIVI integration at the end of the demo, so be sure to stick around. All right, cool. So now I have a pricing page comparing my plans, and people can choose a membership and then click to get to the registration page and make a purchase. So that's great and all, but it's not really much good if people can't actually get to the page. So now I need to make it as easy as possible for people to actually get to my pricing page. So now I'm going to add it to my site navigation menu. And then while I'm there, I'm going to add a few other items to my nav menu too. Oh yeah, and then I need to link my pricing page on the sign up links here on my homepage too. So everything's really coming together. So first I'll go ahead and link my sign up links on my homepage. So I'll go to MemberPress and Groups, and then I could just quickly and easily copy my pricing page URL right here. And then I'll go to Pages, and then click that at my homepage. And then I'll find my first button, and then link my pricing page. And going down, there's another button down here. Click that, and I'll link that one too. And then I'll be sure to save the page. So now I'll open my site to make sure this works before moving on. So I'll try this one out, and it goes to my pricing page. And then going back, find my other button, and that one works too. Great. So now going back to my dashboard, next I want to add the pricing page to my navigation menu, which WordPress makes really easy. I'll go to Appearance and Menus. And then here, there's all these sections for MemberPress pages. So right here under Groups, you can see my pricing page. So I don't need to copy or paste anything. It's all right here. So I'll add it to my menu. And then I'll choose where I want it, right here. And then I'll rename the link itself to Sign Up. And then now I'll find my Courses page. Again, really easy here under Courses. And here it is. So I'll go ahead and add my course listings page. And then I'll put it as a submenu right under my members content. And then now I'll save my menu. And then I'll go back to my site. And here's the sign up link. And then here's all my members only content right here. And then when I click courses, here's my course listings page. And you can see the course itself is protected, which is shown by this lock icon. Okay, so now my site's pretty much all set up and ready to start selling my content. But since I did add those links to my menu, I just want to add one more. And then I'll show you how everything works on the front end. So once someone buys one of my memberships, they'll have an account on my site, but they actually need a place to log in to get their content. So next I need to add a login link. So back in WordPress, to do this, I'm going to use a plugin that works really nicely with MemberPress to set all this up with pretty much no effort. So I'm going to go to Plugins and add New, and then search for Login or Logout. And it's this one here. So I'll click to install and activate it. Once that's installed, I'll head back to Menus, and then it adds this new section for Login, Logout. And then I'll add this one to my menu. So what this does is add a login or logout link on my navigation menu, depending on if a user is logged in or not. And then I'll save my menu. And then now I'll open my site. And there's a login link. And it takes me to my login page. So it links it all up for you. And just to show you some more customization, going back to Settings, and then ReadyLaunch, you can customize the login page too. So I'll go ahead and add an image that I created for it. And it's all saved. And then heading back to my site and log in. Here's my new login page with the login sumo. Okay, so at this point, I'll show you what my site and membership experience looks like as a customer now. So a nice feature of the Stripe payment method is the ability to throw it into test mode. So if I go back to Settings and Payments, here under Stripe, I can enable test mode. So now I can use some test payment info and test things out without having to use a real credit card number and stuff like that. Okay, so now that that's in test mode, let's test it out. I'll open my site in a new incognito window. Again, so it's like I'm viewing my site as a brand new customer. And then I'll open this handy page on the Stripe website with some test credit card numbers. And then I'll scroll down and copy this one here. And so going to my homepage, here's how it'll work for a customer. They'll show up on my site, see what it's all about, and then maybe see this link for my content. Ooh, I want to take that course. Oh, dang, I need a membership to sign up. So then they might go and click ebooks and then say, wow, look at all these awesome ebooks. And then they'll see that they have to sign up to see these too. And you might notice that my site's sort of engineered in this way to be as enticing as possible. So I could have just locked down this entire ebooks page, for example, but I purposely made it so people could see all these book covers to sort of entice them to buy. So just think about that when you're creating your membership site. And then at this point, they know they want to sign up. So they'll go to my sign up page, and then they'll make a decision. And then maybe my most popular text gets them to go yearly. And then they'll buy the membership. And then they'll see the price breakdown, and then they'll sign up to buy it. So testing with MemberPress is really easy, like I'm about to show you. So you can go ahead and just make up any name, any username, and email, and then just use that test credit card number. So I'll go ahead and fill it out with some fake testing data that I just make up. And then my test credit card. And then you'll also see this for Link by Stripe, which lets people save their payment info for future payments. And then I'll click to sign up. And then the test user is taken to the thank you page, which is automatically set up for you by MemberPress, and it's styled by ReadyLaunch too. And you guessed it, you can also customize this thank you page too. So you could include some information, links, or instructions for next steps and stuff like that. Here you see a confirmation of the payment and the order number. And so at this point, right after purchase, when a customer signs up for my site, an account's created for them. So they'll use their username and password to log in. And every member has what's called a member account page. So the user can get to that account page right after buying by clicking here and account. And here's the account page. It's got their information that they can see and edit. They can change their password. They can see their payments, their subscriptions, and also any courses they have access to. And they can get to their courses by just clicking here. And from here, they can take the course. So now, going back to the homepage, since this test user is logged in, they can view all the content now. So going to Members and Courses, they can access the course. And going to ebooks, the user can download PDFs now. And if I navigate to my community group page, you can see the paywall's gone, and they can click the link to join. And then, just to show you that my content protection all works when someone signs up, as the test user, I'll click Log Out here. So you can see that link works and the user's logged out. And then now I'll go to ebooks, and then try to click a book, and here's the paywall. And then going back to courses, I'll click the course, and here's the paywall again. Now I'll go back to log in. Here's the login page. So now I'll log in as the test user account that I just created. And I'm logged back in. And I can see my content now again. So another thing you could do to make things easy for your members is to give them easy access to that account page. So I want to add a link here under my members only links. So to show you how easy this is, I'll head back to my dashboard, go to Appearance, Menus, and here's the account page here. And then I'll add it to the menu, move it here, and save it. And that's it. So it's all really quick to make these kind of changes. And then I'll navigate back to my website, and here's the account link. And when someone's not logged in and they try to go to it, they're redirected to the login page. And so this process is all handled automatically by MemberPress too. Okay, so now that we've seen what this whole process looks like on the front end for my customers, I'll go back to my dashboard to see what it looks like for me as a site admin. So here back in the WordPress dashboard, there's a lot of places that you can track and see your sales and member information. So first, I'll go to the subscriptions area here, and then I can see my customer's active subscription. You can see the subscription number, the username, and from here, I can easily pause their subscription, cancel it, and I can click here to view the transactions for the subscription too. And from here, I can send receipts, welcome messages, give refunds, and that kind of stuff. And you can click on a transaction and see and edit details. And you can do the same thing for a subscription. So a lot of options here. And then if you click on members here, you can see all your site members. And you could search and filter for them however you need to. And then if you click on a member, you can see their details, which includes what courses they're taking and their progress in quiz submissions. And another really useful view of signups and sales can be found on the reports page. It really gives you a bird's eye view of your sales, your transactions, and amounts. And you can also export that data as a CSV file. You can choose to display all your sales data by the month, by the year, or by all time. So you can get a really detailed picture of your signups and money coming in whenever you want. So just a moment ago, I was in my test signups member profile, and I mentioned how you can track their course progress. So next, that reminds me to show you what my course experience looks like for my customers. So I'm going to head back to my site. Then I'll log in as the customer. And then I'll go to my course. And here's what it looks like. And then they'll just click here to start the course. And here's the first lesson. You can see my video and lesson text. And then they just click here to go to the next one. And then I get to my first quiz. So I'll go ahead and fill it out. I'll fill out the short answer. And then I'll just put in some texting text for the essay. And then when I submit it, I can see my score. And I can see the correct answers to the stuff I got wrong and that feedback that I set up. My score, and my right and wrong answers. So moving on to the course. As I go through, you can see the status bar here updated with the % complete. And then when a student exits the course, they can see their progress here again. And then they can see what lesson they're on over here. And then if I just go ahead and exit the course, and then when I go back in, you can see that they can pick right up where they left off. So going back to the main courses page, they can always go back in and see their quiz results again too. And then going back through the course, again, you can see the progress bar. And then on to my next quiz. I'll go ahead and fill this out real quick. And here's my results. So I bombed that one. But you can see all the correct answers and all that feedback. So now I'm going to quickly go through the course. And then I'll get to my final quiz and go ahead and fill it out. And submit it. And it looks like I aced that one to make up for the last one. And then when I finish the course, you can see the progress at 100%. And then here you can see this link for a certificate. So if I click on it, you can see that it opens it up in the browser since I enabled that setting. But the student can also download it here too if they want. And then going out of this, you'll also see this instructor link here with information about yourself, which you can customize, or you can just hide it all together too in the settings. Okay, so I'm going to exit the course as my test customer now. And then back here in my admin view and the test customer profile, now if I hit refresh, I can see my student's progress on the course since I just finished it. And then the quiz attempts too. And you can also click View Attempt next to every quiz and view their actual submission. And then by clicking these quiz links here, you can see all the students who have submitted quizzes and their scores too. So you can really track all your students and see their progress and everything that they're doing. So now that we've seen what my membership site experience is like for my customers, and we got a view of some backend features, now I'm going to go over some really useful features of MemberPress. Since I'm on the topic of my customers, if I go back to my site again, and then log in as my test customer account, and then go to their member account page, all this that you see here is set up for you automatically. But you can actually add extra pages and tabs here too. This could be to give access to your content. You could have special giveaways that people can enter, and in pretty much anything you can think of. So if I go back to my dashboard, and then I go to MemberPress and Add-ons, here you can quickly just install this NavTabs add-on with one click, and we're going to see some of these other add-ons later. So now if I go to MemberPress and Settings in the Account tab, here's where I can add new tabs to my member account page. So I can just add a page here, and then I'll give it a label. And then you can just enter links or content here. Or you could just use a link to a page on your site. And you can even choose to have it open in a new tab when a user clicks on it. So for this, I just want to add an extra area in my account page where my customers can easily download their ebooks. So I'm just going to add my ebook images here. And I'm not going to do everything completely. It's just for a rough example. And then right here, you can have this easy interface to search and link to your content right here. So you don't have to go back to your files and copy and paste all these links. And then when I'm done, I'll save the settings. And then so now when I go back to my site and then log in again as my test user, and then head to their member account page, here's that new ebooks tab. So my members can come in here, go to ebooks, and then click to download them. So you can easily customize your member account page right in the settings. All right, so at this point, I'm going to quickly go over some of these other features. Another really useful one I want to cover are MemberPress reminders. These are email reminders that you can send out for all kinds of events. So sometimes you want to remind your members of certain things, which can really help reduce churn and then increase site engagement too. So all you have to do is come into Reminders right in the plugin and click Add New. And then you see all these reminders that MemberPress has. And this reminders feature is usable right out of the box with MemberPress, and it's right here under the plugin. You can send emails when members sign up, when their cart's abandoned, meaning they start a purchase but then ditch out. So you can entice them to come back and finish their order. You can send reminders when a subscription has or is about to expire, before or after a subscription renews, before a trial period's ending, and before or after their credit cards are about to expire. So the credit card reminder is especially useful to help save you some money. So if somebody's credit cards are about to expire and they forget about it, you can send them a reminder email so they can just hop back in their account page and update their information so you can get paid. So here you just select your reminder type, and then you set a time frame, and that's it. And then all these reminders come with pre-populated emails that are already configured for you. And then you can just click here to edit any of them however you want. And you can even insert dynamic content based on your member, like their name, their username, the product they bought, and a whole lot more. And if you're editing an email but you don't like what you've done, you can always just revert back to the default here. And then you just click publish, and then your emails are going to go out. And you can create as many as you want. You just click add new. So this one I'll do a cart abandonment. Say 1 day after sign up abandoned. And you can see that default message here. Please complete your sign up with a link to sign up. And then you can customize this any way you want. Like it might be helpful to add a special discount code to get people to come back and actually buy. Which brings us to our next feature, coupons. So like I just mentioned, giving discounts is a great way to attract new customers, but it's also a great way to reward your current members too. And you can create discount codes right inside the MemberPress plugin. Just click coupons, and then when you add a new one, a code's already generated for you. Or you can use your own, like fall sale or Black Friday or whatever you want. You could do a standard discount, which is just a regular discount, or you could apply a discount to just the first payment. So say you could do a 25% off the first payment and then not have a discount on all the other payments, or whatever configuration that you need. And you can override trial periods with special discounts too. And your coupons can be a percentage off or a straight up dollar amount off. You can set a cap on the usage, choose to let them be used for upgrades and downgrades, set a start and end date for the code to work. And then pick what memberships they can be used on. And then back on the coupons page, you can get a quick view of all your coupons, see information about them, and how many times they've been used. And then if you click here on the number of times the coupon's been used, you can even track all the transactions that have used the code. So again, there's some really powerful customer and data tracking features right inside the MemberPress plugin, so you're never really out of the loop about who's signing up, what coupons are being used, and pretty much everything else you need to know. So another feature I'm going to go over is probably a favorite between MemberPress creators and websites. It's another one that can really boost engagement and lead to more sales, and it's our drip feature. Content dripping lets you release your content out over time as opposed to just all at once, so members have to keep coming back to your site for more. This gives you more chances to sell to your audience and communicate with them. And we see this a lot with course creators using dripping to help students not get too overwhelmed. So instead of dumping all their course material at them at once, they can drip out courses and lessons out over weeks and months, so it's much easier to digest the material. So in the case of a course lesson, I'll just go to create a new rule to show you how this works. So this rule will protect a single lesson. And then I'll click here. And then over here. And then here, right on the rule, you can click to enable the drip feature. And then just set when it's released. So it could be 10 days after they purchase a plan or however you want to set it up. And you could do this on courses, lessons, even quizzes. So you can really control when students actually get the lessons and quizzes that they sign up for. Okay, so moving right along, another really cool feature that can really boost your bottom line and average order value is our order bumps feature. You can sell additional products to customers right on your registration pages, and it's another add-on which is really easy to add. So you just go to Add-ons, and then find Order Bumps, and then click to enable it. And then now you can sell special products on your registration pages. So if I go to any one of my memberships and scroll down, I can see this Order Bumps tab here. But to make it work, first I need to create some products to add as order bumps to this membership. So to do that real quick, I'll go to Memberships and Add New. And remember, memberships are how things are sold on MemberPress. So your order bump products can be recurring memberships, sure, but they can also be one-off products like a course or ebook. So to sell a product like that, you would just create a membership for it. So I'll create a membership called Bonus Course, Conversational Japanese, and I'll make it a $49.99 one-time payment. And then I'll save it. So this product will be an order bump. And then I'll create a new membership, Test Prep Worksheet, which will be $13.99 as a one-time payment. Save that. And then just adding one more. It'll be Japanese practice sessions, maybe like some coaching calls on Zoom or something. And this will be a monthly recurring payment. So maybe they get 5 calls a month. So I won't actually set these products up fully, but I just want to show you how the order bumps work. So now I have my 3 memberships and I'm going to offer as order bumps on my yearly membership. So now I'll go to my yearly membership and order bumps, and then just add them here. Really simple stuff. And then I'll just click to save the membership. And then now when I go back to my site again as a new customer and go to sign up, and then now you can see the order bump product listed here. So at this point in the process, my customer's pretty much already committed to buying my yearly plan. So the effect you're trying to achieve with these order bumps is to make the customer just say, heck, why not? And then buy all your additional stuff. You can see the cost of the membership, and then in just one click, the order bumps can be added. And it's immediately added to the total cost of the order. And it's listed here too. And then if I add all 3 order bumps, you can see them all added here with the total cost. Oh, and if someone has a coupon, they would just click this have a coupon link here, and then enter the coupon, which I'll go ahead and enter my fall sale that I made. And then the new price is shown right away. So since we're here on the registration page, you notice these fields that are collected from customers when they sign up. So with MemberPress, you can customize these fields and then choose exactly what you want to collect at sign up. So heading back to WordPress, if I go to MemberPress Settings and the Fields tab, here you can choose what fields are required and shown at sign up. And then you can add as many new fields as you want. So you see here the address fields. So you might not need your customer's address. So you can just choose to not require it and to make it optional, or you can just choose to not show it at all. And then for these new fields, you have a whole bunch of different types that you can choose from, like a date field. So say I want to send out a special birthday discount to my members. I would need to collect their birthday in order to do that. So I can just call this birthday and choose to require it. And then this one can be just text. What is your favorite sushi roll? And I'll set this one to be required too. And then I'll just click save. And then now when I go to one of my registration pages, you can see the name, and then the address fields are gone now. And then now I'm asking for their birthday and what sushi roll they like. And then filling out this form, if I try to complete the sign up, which I'll do right now, but I skip over these, it lets the user know that they have to fill it out. So I'll fill out the role, and then here's what the date looks like with this calendar picker here. And then I should be able to submit the form now. Another thing you can also include are some policy agreements that people must check on your registration pages too. So going back to MemberPress and Settings, here you can require a terms of service and a privacy policy. And you can customize the text and include the links to your actual terms. And then when I hit save, and then I head back to my registration page, you can see it includes a terms agreement and a privacy policy here that people have to check in order to sign up. So since I'm in the settings here, I'll just quickly show you some of the more useful ones. Now, the MemberPress settings may look and seem like a lot, but it's actually really easy to get around and customize more advanced things here. So just some key settings. Here on the Payments tab, you can easily add additional payment methods. Just click Add, and you'll see what payment methods that you can add. We got PayPal, authorized.net, and offline, which lets you give instructions to people to send a check in the mail or even pay on platforms like Venmo and Cash App. So you would just select offline, and then you would type your instructions here. And all this would show up on your registration pages. So moving on, in the Emails tab, you have a ton of pre-built emails that are sent out for all kinds of different events, like when a member signs up, for payment receipts, upgrade notices, failed transactions, a bunch of stuff. They're both emails to site members and emails to you as a site admin. So you can easily turn whatever emails you want off here and customize any of them. And then here in the Info tab, you can change your business information, change your language or currency code, and there's a lot of other settings too. Like here's one that's pretty cool. You can offer free page views on your protected content, so people can view a protected article, for example, for free once or twice before they pay. And you can easily just enable that here. And then here on the Taxes tab, you can calculate taxes for your site if you need to. You can upload custom tax rates, calculate VAT taxes, or use services like TaxJar or Quaderno to handle taxes for you. So you would just link up your tax service account, and then taxes will be calculated for customers right at your checkout. Okay, so moving right along, beyond our out-of-the-box features, I want to just go over some of our more profitable add-ons and integrations with third-party services that we have. And again, you would just go to the add-ons page here in MemberPress, and then you could activate any of these really easily. So just going down the list, we already went over nav tabs. So we have integrations with ActiveCampaign to run email marketing campaigns, Beaver Builder, the page builder to make custom page designs. BuddyPress lets you run private community forums, and you can even protect them with rules. Corporate Accounts is our add-on, and it lets you offer accounts that have sub-accounts underneath them. So these are commonly sold to businesses who want to have one account on your site, but then want to have multiple accounts for, say, employees, or groups, organizations, and nonprofits, and things like that for members. Or it can be used by even families to have accounts for family members. This is really useful because it lets you charge a premium price, so you can offer special corporate memberships, and if a company, say, gets 50 to 100 accounts, you can charge a pretty hefty price for it compared to just your normal membership. Okay, so we have add-ons for both Elementor and DIVI, which are both really premium page builders that have special MemberPress integrations that let you use MemberPress rules for elements that are right on pages. Developer Tools is another one of our add-ons, and it unlocks advanced customization for WordPress developers. Gifting lets you sell gift memberships, so you can sell a lot more memberships with that new angle too. It's got some gift notification emails, gift expiration reminders, and whoever gives the gift can see whether it's been redeemed or not. Our Importer add-on lets you migrate your data from other MemberPress solutions, so we really like this add-on here. Math CAPTCHA adds one of those math problem verifications on your registration forms to fend off hackers and bots. PDF Invoice gives your customers a downloadable invoice of their purchases. And we've got our Quaderno tax system add-on, and another one to restrict signups by different criteria. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and install our invoicing add-on to show you how easy it is to get this one set up. So once it's installed, all you have to do is go to Settings and Info, and then here you can customize your invoices. But a basic invoice is all populated for you by default, so you really don't have to change anything. So if I go to my site, I'll log in as that test customer again. And then in their account page, going to the Payments tab, right here they can download the PDF invoice. And here's what it looks like by default. Bam. I mean, look at that. Nothing's more legit than this paid stamp right here. So going back to our add-ons page, since I mentioned it, I'm going to install our Developer Tools add-on. So I'll click to install the add-on. And then after it's done, you see an item for developer added to the plugin. So here you can set up your webhooks and then send all these events for pretty much whatever action that you need. New signups, member deleted, account info changes, course completion. And then here in the events tab, you can see all your webhook events here. And all these. And our support documentation has a big list of action and filter hooks that can be used too. And then we've also got a WP code integration, which you can easily add code snippets to a site right within their plugin. I'm not going to go over that here, but check out our WP code tutorial on our support docs or YouTube channel to see the many other ways that you can customize a MemberPress site with WP code. And then back in Developer Tools, here's the Zapier tab, which is actually the basis of our Zapier integration. So you can connect Zapier to MemberPress and then create pretty much endless automations between MemberPress and over 5,000 apps and services. So here you can see a list of some of those services that you can automate with, and there's a whole bunch of pre-built Zap templates listed here too. So if you click on a service here, you can see pre-built templates for a lot of them, so you don't have to create every automation from scratch. And also the MemberPress integration page on the Zapier website lists the services that you can integrate with and has a list of templates and actions and triggers that you can use too. Some of the more useful things that I've seen is adding canceled members to a Google Sheet. You can add new member signups to email lists and email marketing services like MailChimp or ConvertKit, or you can even automate what happens when certain forms are submitted on your site. And actually, that reminds me, there's actually a lot you can do with forms. And as a side note, MemberPress integrates with a lot of different form plugins like WP Forms, Formidable Forms, and Gravity Forms. So if you want to have giveaways or collect feedback from members or pretty much any other information, form plugins make it really easy. Okay, so back to the Zaps. Once you're logged into Zapier, to use a Zap template, you can just come to Developer Tools, choose what you want here, and then click on the template. And it'll open it up in the Zap editor. So it's all set. Oh, I just mentioned email marketing with MailChimp, and we do have a special integration for it here on the add-ons page. So MemberPress's built-in emails and reminders are really powerful on their own, but let's be real, if you have a website or business, you pretty much need to have an email list on a special service. And we have integrations with a whole bunch of them. ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber, just to name some of them. And here, like you see in MailChimp, you can add new members to your lists and then send them campaigns. So I could have a list for my lowest tiered members and then send them separate campaigns and special promos and stuff like that. And you could check out our integrations page to see all the email services that we integrate with. And when you're there, spend some time on our integrations page to see all the services that we integrate with. So you just go to memberpress.com and click integrations up at the top, and you can see a full list. And you can search for whatever you want here too. And we're always working to add new ones. So you see here we've got one with OpenAI using Uncanny Automator. You can run your own affiliate program with Easy Affiliate, which is actually our own affiliate plugin. You can get detailed analytics data with Monster Insights. And you can also integrate with WooCommerce. And we actually do get a lot of questions about that. So you can sell memberships just like you would any other e-commerce product on that platform. So I just mentioned using OpenAI with Uncanny Automator. So right now, I guess I'll show you what our Uncanny integration is because it's pretty cool. And it works in a similar way to Zapier. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard and the plugins and install the Uncanny Automator plugin. So Uncanny Automator lets you create automations between both MemberPress and MemberPress Courses and a whole bunch of third-party apps. And you can do it all right in the plugin. So here in Uncanny Automator, when I go to create a new automation, I can click MemberPress Courses, and you can see some events that are related to courses that can trigger the automation, like when a course is finished, a lesson's completed, and a user gets a certain score in a quiz. Or there's some MemberPress triggers too, like when someone buys a subscription or renews. And you can select your product that it applies to. And then you can automate with all kinds of services: email services, Gravity Forms, Google Sheets, and OpenAI, like I mentioned earlier. You can set up prompts to generate text for a bunch of different purposes. We have a tutorial on this on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out if you're interested. I think in that tutorial, I set up an automation to auto-respond to blog comments and to generate a course outline from a form submission. And it also creates a blank course for it in MemberPress. So I'm not going to go over this too extensively, but for your prompt in ChatGPT, you can use information about your membership, like the title, and then give ChatGPT some commands with the information, like generate a custom email response based on this course, and then the name of my course. So here, there's a lot of stuff that you can set up and start automating with Uncanny Automator. Okay, so I'm getting pretty close to the end here, but I just want to show you 2 more integrations that can really boost those sales in your MemberPress business. So first, I want to show you OptinMonster, which makes it really easy to make pop-ups, banner ads, and even those little spin the win games. So if you've got something new to sell, putting these on your site can really help to promote it. So I'll go ahead and install the OptinMonster plugin. And as you've seen throughout this whole demo, coming in here and adding these plugins is super quick to do. And I already have my OptinMonster account set up and logged in, so I go to this screen. And then I'll just click to create a new campaign. And then you'll see different kinds of templates that you can use: pop-ups, floating bars, full screen pop-ups, inline ads, slide-ins, and games. And then I'll choose this Memorial Day template for a pop-up. And then it opens the editor. And then you can change this around and edit it however you want to. And then here you've got all kinds of advanced options on when and how to display it. And then right on your pop-ups or whatever else you set up, there's a whole section for MemberPress that lets you choose where to display it on your MemberPress pages. So you can choose to show or hide it for certain memberships, and then you could choose exactly who gets to see it. And then I could set to show my pop-up on registration pages, thank you pages, pricing pages, even individual registration pages. So I'm going to go ahead and choose to show it on my pricing page, and then I'll save it. Oh, and you can choose to show it on courses, lessons, and even individual quizzes. So now that it's saved, I'll open my site in a new incognito window. Okay, so now I'll go to my pricing page, and then I'll wait a few seconds, and here's my pop-up. Awesome. So check out OptinMonster's website for more information about that product. And I guess I'll show you one more thing. You can even use it to sell stuff when students are taking your courses, like I mentioned earlier. So to show you that, I'll create a new campaign. And then this time, I'm going to use the slide-in. I'll go ahead and use this one right here. And I'll just course test. And here's what it'll look like. So I'll just change up the text a bit. Get the new Japanese course. How to order sushi like a samurai. Actually, I'm not totally sure how to spell samurai, so I'm just going to say sushi like a pro. And then I'll enter some different text here. And then I'll choose to show it on my course, like that, and publish it. So now when I go back to my site and go to my course, Here's the slide in here. And that's OptinMonster in a nutshell. So now I just want to mention a few more integrations. So another cool thing you can do with MemberPress is offer and sell private podcasts. So if I go back to the integrations page, if you just type podcast, you can see some integrations that we have for that, like Blueberry PowerPress, Crowdcast, Supercast, and Castos. And we actually have a pretty in-depth tutorial in our support docs for how to integrate MemberPress with Castos, which is a really modern podcasting platform. And believe it or not, we actually have quite a few podcasts that use MemberPress. And if they're not using MemberPress to sell podcasts outright, they might have a special members-only area alongside their podcast with exclusive content, merch, and stuff like that. And we also have some community forum plugin integrations. So here, if I just type community, you can see some options available to sell community forums. And we even have a Discord integration. So you can even sell access to private Discord servers. And it's actually pretty cool, so it automatically removes people when they stop paying. Okay, so I could go on about integrations and all the different things you can do with MemberPress all day, but one last thing I want to show you is how to use a page builder to really soup things up and customize the look of your site. So like we kind of saw earlier in the demo, it's really easy to use WordPress themes and our ReadyLaunch designs to make things really quick. But a lot of MemberPress sites that I actually come across want a more custom look. And using a page builder is a great no-code way to do it. So two of our faves are Elementor and DIVI. Both of them have special integrations that let you protect content right on pages. So you could have like an article, for example, and then paywall half of it. And you can install those integrations right here. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire process, but I just want to show you some examples of what you can create with our DIVI page builder integration. So you can build from scratch, but DIVI has a huge library of pre-built templates that's always being added to. They have a bunch of layouts for really specific niches and even some generic ones. And you can find layouts for pricing pages, course listings, podcasts, literally anything. And here's a site that I built earlier to teach coding. It's actually one of their layout packs, and you can see a pre-built pricing page that you can use here. All you do is link your registration pages on the sign-up buttons, and it's all ready to go. So all this was already styled and laid out for me. All I did was change the features and the prices. But you can customize it however you want to. And if I go to courses, here's a course listings page too. And here's a look at the DIVI builder. Here's a blank page that I've created. And then once DIVI is installed, you just click here to use the DIVI builder. And then it opens up this interface. And then here you can choose to load a pre-built template. And then here's a library that you can browse right away when building a page. So it's all in one place. So you can browse here for pages, or if you have something particular in mind, you can just search for it, like podcast. And then you can preview the page layout. And here's one of those pages. So maybe I don't want that one. I'll go back. And here's another podcast page. So you can use this one. Or instead of a niche, maybe I want to search for pricing. So here's a bunch of different pricing pages from some different layouts. And everything's really customizable, so layouts don't have to exactly match what you're looking for. You can just use different elements from pages and then edit them to get what you want. And then once you find a layout that you like, to use it on your page, you just click here, and it'll take a minute to load. And then here you go. So here's the page that I created, and all the elements here that I can edit. So I can come in here and really easily change the text, the prices, and the plan titles. And then clicking any of these elements brings up a window with all kinds of advanced settings. So you can change colors, padding, margins, and so much more. So say I only had 2 plans. I could just pop in here and then delete this one here. So that's it. Thanks for watching this demo of MemberPress. And on the screen, I'm going to show you some links that you can visit to learn anything you'd ever want to know about MemberPress. To get started, just go to memberpress.com and click the pricing page. And the best part is, you're never alone with building or running your MemberPress business. Our extensive support documentation has step-by-step guides and video tutorials to help you out. Or if you run into any snags along the way, you can just hop on our website and submit a support ticket, and someone from our customer success team will be happy to help. Again, thanks for watching, and be sure to follow our blog and YouTube channel for all of our latest tips and tricks on all things MemberPress.